Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to Oh Stitch Happens. My name is Levi. I can be found on Instagram as wtfknitting without the singing. I live in Central Ohio with my partner and our two dogs, Miss Finland Grace, which is right here. She's so cute. And Winston Charles, which is in the other room, and he is as cute as a button, and I'm surprised he has not come to visit us yet. We're in a new location in my house. This is actually my sitting, dining, and kitchen room. We used to have we had a couch here, and like this piano used to be in the other room where I recorded last week. It was on that long wall. And then my partner wanted to take the sofa from here and put two sofas in there. I don't know. I don't care. And now we just have two sitting chairs in the piano. Anyways, I couldn't do my original spot because I currently have purchased 3 full sets of DMC from Joann's. I knew it used to only be 2. I didn't realize it was 3. But I bought it when it first went on sale and you could use, it was like a $15 off of $75, and I just put them in for $75 and used the $15. So I got like what I thought was, so basically like a whole set cost me less than $200. And then now that I've been putting them in these boxes that I've had from Amazon, they're like I need to shave. I don't normally say that. They're like for tools and like screws and stuff. It was like all the rage. And I bought 8 of them because I wanted to put each drawer to have its own thing. And the company I work for, it's like, you're fat. If you walk, we'll give you gift cards. Or like do an exercise or get 8 hours of sleep or walk 7,500 steps. And so the points added up to gift cards, and you could pick like where you wanted the gift card from. And I got some from Amazon, blah, blah, blah. Then 8 of these things showed up at my house, and they've just been sitting on my bookshelf for almost, I think, 2 years. And so anyways, I put them all in their own little square. So there's 64 per box, and I need like 7.5. And I've got to 800 and like maybe 20 or 830 done. Oh my gosh, that's where this stupid thing went. I was trying to find the, oh my gosh, that's so funny. I looked for because, okay, back to the subject at hand. So that's why I'm not over there, because I have that DMC. It's packed up now, but like where it is in the living room is right on top beside the fireplace. And it was just too much to move. Welcome. Thank you all for coming. Last week's video was such a hot mess. I don't know what was the problem, but I finally got it up. And then I thought, well, I got to keep with the track because today's the 14th. Happy Pie Day if you believe in pie. I mean, if you celebrate pie, I'm going to have some pie. I'm drinking just regular coffee out of this really darling mug that I think I showed last week or the week before. This is my Outer Banks. I went to the Outer Banks with my family. This year we're going to Topsail. Have you ever been to Topsail, North Carolina or South Carolina? We've never been there, but we rented this really cool like astronomer house or some shit like that. I don't even know. Anyways, back to the subject. So I wanted to just show you what I had done from last week to this week. And I should have got a piece of tape. Again, why do I keep forgetting the tape? I wanted to show you what I've worked on. I've started one new project with my friend Melissa that is here on YouTube currently as the Diary of a Hyperactive Crafter. I'll link her channel down below. Last week I couldn't do that either. I'd had enough. I will get back to doing my shit, okay? So Melissa, the Diary of a Hyperactive Crafter. She's currently redoing the name of her channel, but I'll link her down below so you can check her out. She's very fun. She's also Melissa_Lukowski on Instagram, and then our other friend Kim. She actually started a stitching Instagram. She's not on YouTube, but I don't remember it. So I'll put that down below too if I can remember. So I just wanted to show you everything in red's what I've worked on since the last taping. So I've done one new start. I finished one project, and I've worked on 8 whips. Who is excited? So the first whip. This is the bag I got off of Etsy. It's called Creative Deb, I think. I don't know. It's a nice bag. So here we are doing Cherry and Magpie by JED Designs on Etsy. And I don't know. Oh, no. Okay, good. Oh, shoot. I don't know. Here we go. This here is Pinkie by Mystic Fabrics. It's a 40 count. I'm doing it 1/2 on 40 count. There we go. So I really should be like faced this way, I guess. I'm doing all the called for. The only thing I'm not doing is this color here is supposed to be done in Peacock by Threadworks. And then also Xenia by Color and Cotton. And I am doing Fathom. I'm doing Hibiscus. And then I'm doing, I think it's Fathom. Yeah, Fathom. Here we go. Fathom by Weeks and Hibiscus by Gentle Arts. So these are the two. I'm just converting the two overdyes. Because Peacock wasn't available in either the 5 or the 20 yard or whatever feet. I don't know what it is, yards. On 1, 2, 3 stitch. And then Xenia wasn't available there either. And it wasn't available either on Color and Cotton. So I just picked two that I thought looked the nicest. And this is actually a really pretty like crow color. The description she gave was a dark navy to a dark teal, and this is like navy, black, and teal. So it's really pretty, and I'm really excited. So this is Pinkie, Mystic Fabrics, 1/2 on 40 count. And currently I'm just working in the corner. This is a sal that my friend Melissa and Kim were all doing together. And I've currently done, as of last night, 533 stitches. I don't think I did last night, added it in, because I only done 60. I was really like pooped last night. This week's work, I don't know about it. And then I got this from somebody at StitchCon last year. They were just passing them around the table. So I do have a finish. That'll be last because it's the bottom of the pile. So we'll do whips. My first whip that I worked on is Ann Thomas. This is by Hands Across the Sea. And honestly, I don't even know where oh, actually I do have to go. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, you do have, I should be like facing like this. All right, well, that'll work too. I've done more of this here, more of this butterfly, and worked some more up there. And since the last taping, I've done 173 for a total of 651. This is on my Monopoly board. But I also have to do 1,180 stitches for the month to complete this by the end of the year. So I got to get my butt together on this. So I have 549 stitches for Monopoly left. And the Monopoly that I follow is Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. I'll link her down below as well. I haven't been doing that either. But yeah, so this is my Monopoly stitch. And I'm really excited about that. On 32 count, dyed by me, it's more of a 34 or 36 count, 35 count, because I did boil the fabric and then I dried it because I wanted to shrink. This is matter in hand. It is on 40 count platinum, 1/2, with all the called for other than the purples, which I have already explained that, so I'm not going to say that again. I got this needle minder from that retreat we did in November. And this is it. This here I've messed up completely. It's my little personalization. I don't know what I did. I wasn't ripping it out, so I just kind of moved it over. And this here, this platinum, I just put in a little bit of pearl gray. So I did 2 cups, 1 cup of pearl gray, 1 cup of water to like 2 or 3 drops of the gray. So it's, I don't know if this will work, but like it's got a little bit like right there. See, it's got just like a tiny little bit of gray veining in it. It's really just so darling. So it's super cute. And this I'm doing with Kim, or sorry, I'm not doing this. This is a stitch along from StitchCon 2024 with Jamie and Pam. And Pam said she's gonna work on it, so we'll see. And they both have channels here. I'll link them down below and they'll be under the Sal category. So I've currently only done 79 stitches on that. I've done a few today. It's just, I got done with put a bird on it for my work project, and then that one took its spot. So I've done 79 stitches as of yesterday. So yesterday was a 79, and I think I've done maybe 10 or 15, 20 today. But Friday's always my short day, so I have a 15-minute break. On my 15-minute break, I get ready to do this. And I am definitely, this is too close to me, and I keep looking at myself. So we're just gonna go with it. Move Forward and Loves My Next. This was, again, an 18 count vintage country mocha that I overdyed with the pearl gray. Oh, you can see the stripes of whatchamacallit, of the country mocha. This is on 18 count vintage country mocha, overdyed by me. This is, it's really pretty, actually. I don't know why it looks so, like, not vibrant, because it's really, maybe because of the holes in my walls. There we go. This is Aiden's Rainbow by Gloriana Silks. I bought these at Mystic. And I'll talk about, I said I was going to talk about Mystic, the trip to Mystic, and then I forgot. Actually, I did it, and it was such a mess, and I was over it, and I was talking nonsense. So I just deleted it, and I said, oh, I'll talk about it this week. When I'm in a better mood, and I've successfully added the video on. I've put in a total of 169 stitches this month, and I did, since the last time, 58 stitches. And I'm just going to continue. I just kind of put a thread in it every once in a while when I'm feeling a bit down. And then I just put a stitch in it, and you can't be upset with how bright these colors are. And I normally don't do, like even in variegated, I don't complete the X and then go to the next X. I actually do one leg and then come back. This, excuse me, variegation happens so quickly that I have to do it with each step. So it definitely takes me longer, because that's not how I stitch. I stitched doing one leg and then coming back and doing the second leg. But it's definitely, you got to think about it. And then when I don't do it, I'm like, shoot, I just have to rip out. Like, I've probably done more than 58 stitches, but when I pick it up, I forget that I have to do each stitch at a time, because it's not normally how I do it. I don't even do that with like classic work or any of those. Weeks, none. Next one is Mystic Garden by Sue Lentz, L-E-N-T-Z. She was a designer in the 90s and 80s and 90s, and she was primarily a needlework, but she does have some crossover with cross stitch. And the tree, it's called The Tree of Life. And it is currently on eBay, and it's just the pattern. So I think I'm gonna buy the pattern and see if I can work it out myself. But the problem is she did a lot of like rainbow gallery threads, and most of those, because they're so, I mean, they're 30 years old, most of them have been extinct. Most of them have been discontinued. So Mystic Garden, I've done 467 stitches, and since the last time you've seen it, which would have been Friday or Saturday. And for the month, I've done 629. I do this on Sunday for Sunday morning. And this Sunday morning, I could not put it down. I couldn't put it down. I couldn't put it down to save my own life. But I did start in a new, so I don't know how I'm working this, because I'm such a mess. But I put on the scroll frame, which we talked about last time. And then this time I'm like, I don't really want to work in this section. So I worked in section 3, part 3. So this is her fence, which is interesting. She gave us like a pearl gray, but she wanted her fence to be green. I don't know why, but she wanted it green, so I did it green. Even though I would have done it in it was like a pearl, it's a really pretty pearl gray. And this here is 12 weight anchor, and then the gray, and the only reason why I didn't do the gray, because I wanted to do the gray, and it's Danish flower thread, but I didn't know if I'd have enough, so I didn't do it. This purple here is also a 12 weight. Actually, no, the green is an 8 weight, and the purple is a 12 weight anchor. And aren't those so cool? Those are so cool. Oh my gosh, they're so neat. So I spent my whole day Sunday doing 467 stitches on this beauty. And it is on 28 count Quaker's cloth, or 27 count. It came with the kit. And it is so just darling. So next week, this Sunday, 2 days from now, I'm going to come back and start doing some more on this. And then I'll just kind of switch, because this is a lot. That is a lot of work. I mean, there's like, she's got this thing called like a Scottish stitch or some nonsense. It's like this huge block of just straight stitch that goes clear across this whole path. I'm like, woo! So it should be really a lot of fun. I'm super excited. Her directions are really clear. And again, if there ever becomes a kit or you see a kit online, you really should buy it. It is a glorious pattern. It's a glorious pattern. And I just really... And also it's a game changer since I put it on the scroll frame. I really love the scroll frame. But yeah, it's the next project. This is going quick. I've only been on it for 20 minutes here. And I forgot Mirror Monday again. So I've got to make up for Mirror Monday tonight or tomorrow. Tonight we're going bowling with his students for a group activity. So the next project I worked on was put a bird on it. This is done on 18 count, 1/1 by Dyed by Roland. And she's a Canadian dyer. And I am doing her, these are both solo dye, so like one of a kinds. And then I also chose, because I got border stitching, and I wanted just one color that I didn't really think about. I'm doing it in how I told you the last time I was going to pick a green that kind of matches the fabric, in 164. Since I've done the DMC, I just pulled out all the greens that I thought would match and kind of did my own thing. So here it is. I am done with my 7.8% or whatever. It's like 1,000 some stitches. I've done it. So I've done this here. I've completed more of that. I did this. I started this, and I've worked down here. Now this is all since the beginning of the month. I have currently done 1,065 stitches. And again, my March pattern, my March project is complete. And I do love this. It actually like doesn't really ghost there because you can see it, but you can see it in real life, but it's definitely more pronounced on the camera. Yeah. It's a little more there on the camera than it is in real life, but I think it's going to be really pretty. So I'm going to do, there's one of these here in the middle of the whole stand thing, and I'm going to do that in purple as well. So the only thing that really is going to be the green is this, and then there's either a hexagon or an octagon that, well, there would be an octagon because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. So it's an octagon. And then inside that octagon, there's one of these, or something maybe a little bit bigger, but it's similar to that. That's going to be purple. So the only thing that's going to be green is all of the flower pots and the octagon. And then there's an inner octagon that is going to be green as well. So I'm really excited. It's really cute. And again, it's a solo die dyed by Roland on Etsy. Super, just as darling as can be. But yeah, I really love that green. I just didn't really love how like pronounced that main. This is also another bag by Creative Deb. I think it's Creative Deb. You know what? I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna link what I keep yapping about. Because now that I only have 10 projects, it's kind of easy. And she's the only bag maker that I've used. Because I left the other bags. Well, I don't have any bags other than the Santa bag, but you saw that last week. That's made by What's-Her-Face. I am having more problems than Carter's got pills. And I wonder who Carter is. That's something my grandma used to say. I got more problems than Carter's got pills. But who the hell is Carter? I'm going to have to Google it. There's another thing I was thinking about that I had to Google, and then I totally forgot and didn't Google it. But yeah, one of the things she used to say is, there's more problems than Carter's got pills. But who the hell is Carter? I don't know. Anyway, I did want to tell you something last week that I kind of got off the rails about, but my grandma, she's a funny lady. My grandma used to say, you can say shit, hell, and damn. So that's the words I stick to on this channel. Because I was a young lad and she told me I could say them. I mean, I never said them because I was scared of her, but because she beat me with that switch. Remember that I told you about in video 1 or 2? But my grandma used to say, you can say shit, hell, and damn. And because 2 are phonics and 1 is slang. And I'm not really sure how she got that saying. But with her good little Catholic rear end, which is Lent now, and that's the one thing I do miss about her is like we used to go to the fish fry at the local, I don't remember what it was called. It was terrible, but she used to love it and everyone knew her because, they're all come from Fisher Catholic. So anyway, It's Lentz. I was thinking about her today. And we used to go there and eat fish. Because, you know, it's fish. You don't eat meat on Fridays. And when she was living, I used to make goals for Lent. And, like, most of the time it was just giving up social media, which I'm really trying hard to get off of that because it just sucks the life out of us. All right, moving on. So put a bird on it, 538 stitches since you've last seen it. For the month, I've done 10,000. Gosh, could you imagine it would be finished? 1,065. The next one I've worked on is Santa Stops Here. I have done a total of 340, and I've currently done, since the last time you've seen it, 178 stitches. And I have done, this is my snow stitch, and I want to get it done this month because it's like 70, 80 degrees. I mean, we could really turn around and, 70, 80. It's like 70, 75. I think the other day it was like 76, which is really concerning because in March, it has never been that warm. I remember even like when my birthday, because my birthday's May 13th, which we're going to talk about my birthday because I'm super excited because I'm going to I try to start, oh my gosh, this snows. I have never noticed how big it was. I got a honker. I want to start something for my birthday because I always have a start for my birthday. And have this birthday fabric. I don't even celebrate my birthday. Like, I don't do that stuff, but I love to start something. I mean, it's probably just to start something. You know how it works. Okay, anyway. Santa Stops Here is my snow. Anytime it snows, whether it's measurable or not, if I see flakes, I mean, it has to have some kind of flakes outside. Like, I can just see one falling from the sky. But if there's a handful, I'll put 100 stitches in it. Currently, I have done 340. I'm still behind 151, and I've done 178 stitches since you've last seen it. This is on 36 count Duxbery by Fox and Rabbit. The people that own Fox and Rabbit, they are always in America. So they must be making so much money, they don't know nothing. But maybe they love America, like the U.S., because they're in it constantly. I mean, they probably, I guess now that I say that, they probably were at that marketplace in Nashville, I bet. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is 36 count Duxbery. I am doing this 1/2 on 36 count linen. Or maybe this is 40. No, it's 36. And I'm doing it in all the called for other than the reds. She has you do red rock and licorice, and I'm doing ruby slippers, which you probably cannot. Yes. So this is ruby slippers. Yeah. Yep. Ruby slippers, and this is licorice. And don't ask me the names because I don't remember. But licorice is one, but it's the like lighter of the two. And then she used red rocks, and red rocks is kind of like an orange red, and it just was not my vibe. I've done this house. I have done that. I've done this roof. And I'm getting this back on the diagonal. The problem with the diagonal is I don't stop at like right where this is, these little half stitches here. And again, you'll see I do half all the way over and back. Right there is approximately where the thing is. And I don't do that. Like I'll go clear to the end and then come back. But I try to keep it on the diagonal other than block stitching. So block stitching, I'll go to where it ends and then come back. Like, see, I stopped it at the star. And then the thing is I'm going to have to come up here and fill in all of this because after the star, it just extends and I want to know where exactly I'm stopping so it doesn't look too crazy. But yeah, I changed this to Jones's house. That's my partner's last name. He thought this was so cute, so I thought I'd change it to his name. I even put the apostrophe in, 1/1. So fun. But yeah, so it is almost, I'm getting there. I have it in Pattern Keeper. The problem with Pattern Keeper on this project is it keeps track of all the stitches, so it doesn't really tell me exactly where I'm at. So, but the house is done, man. I just got to get Santa and his snowman friend, and there's 2 deer up here with this little tiny cardinal. It is so cute. And then I got grass. But the problem is you can't even see the grass. But I have grass for days. Right there. Or not grass, snow. Sorry, snow. I keep calling it grass. And then there's trees in each one of the snow. So I might actually do the trees and then come back and just fill in the snow because that would be the easiest thing to do. And that, I changed that too. That was in grits or whatever the Overdyed is. And I'm just using 3866 or 3865, whatever one's the creamier, not the gray one. I think gray one's 65 or 66, whatever it is. Don't know. I gotta keep my paper here. Next one I am doing, okay, so temperature stitching. So, you know, the first time it was Noel by Jalen and then Christmas Rose by Blackbird. And by the time it was all done, Blackbird won with like 900 and some stitches, and then Noel had 800 and some stitches. So Blackbird progressed to week 2, and week 2 started on the 8th through the 14th. So today's the last day of it. I wanted to show you my progress on Sarah Burton, and I have currently done 924 stitches on her. I did not realize I'd done that much. And I've kind of just, I keep her in the diagonal, but I kind of have gone all over the place with her. And I did finish a color. This color here is 100% completed. So I finished, it was there, and there, and I finished it. But I've worked on this row. I got 2 more letters there to do. I've done this. I've brought this down a little bit. I finished that, and I'm starting to bring this down to the end, but then I put it in the Q-snap wrong. I really should have put it like on these letters, and I didn't. But I kind of ran out of room, like how I like to stitch. So I got to move this, but that's not happening. So I'm just kind of working up here. But yeah, oh my gosh. 18 count, 1 over 1 with the Dinky Dyes Silk on cream and sugar. It is cream and sugar. I looked it up. It's cream and sugar. I keep calling it cream and honey. It's not. It's called cream and sugar. And it's really cute. Oh my gosh, it's so darling. And then the only other thing is there's 1 over 1 here that I've got to still figure out. I don't know. I might do a back stitch version of it. I don't know though. So this one will move on regardless because I finished Christmas Rose. Are you excited as I am? I hope you are. I love Christmas Rose. Okay, Christmas Rose, where are you? Oh, you're clear up here. So I have done 1,733 stitches in the month. And I am, from when you've seen it on Saturday till now, I have done 810 stitches. So Sarah Barker, I'm not doing the temperatures now. I'm just doing 2 hours. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. So I do, and if I did this again, I would do the low temperature because the low temperature happens in the middle of the night. So like say if I get off at work at 2:30 and I'm ready to stitch, I can't stitch on it until after the high has expired and it shows me what it is. But also Apple's so delayed that it takes until later in the night to actually figure out what the high was. So I would do the low and pick the second digit of the lows. And then that would be what would be the determining factor of who I would stitch on that day. And not do the high. Because again, like today it's noon and I could stitch on that. Well, I can stitch on that for 2 hours because Christmas Rose is done. But if I had the low, I would know who I could stitch on currently. That's it. I would do the low instead. But anyways, so here she is. I love her. So then it was up to these 2. So exciting. So next week, which will start Saturday, the 15th through the 21st, will be this and Hipster Lamb, which I showed last week. If you're interested in Hipster Lamb, you can go see it on last week's video. So let's not do any further ado. So this is Christmas Rose by Blackbird Design. Blackbird Design, I already told you this, 1,733 for the month. I've done 810 since you've last seen it. And then when I was just holding this up, I realized I have forgotten stuff. And here it is. So I don't have it, but, no, sorry, it's right here. There's got to be something missing there. And if I had to say, it's probably one of those, like a tree. But maybe I'll leave it up now. It kind of looks unbalanced. Maybe. I don't know. I forgot something. And then I was also looking here. Like, looks like there's things missing here. Like, why did they just go on one side of the tree and not all the way over? So anyways, I got to check the chart out. And I bet you they're infamous for putting patterns half on one sheet and half on the other. So I'm assuming it's probably a page break. And like this page break here is on a completely another page. So I would suspect it's a page break. is what I think is why I forgot it. Anyways, so I'm going to check there and see what's there. It could just be another like snowflake. It may not even be a tree. But anyways, I redid this. She did this for her grandmother. She put in initials. I did love. I put in 2025. Those are 4-sided stitch. This is on 28 count dense fog by Wichelt. Interesting thing is I have this frame that I was at Joann's and when I started this in 2021, and they had a remnant frame, and I'm like, oh, it fits perfectly. Like I had measured it out and it fits perfectly. Like there was gonna be like 2 or 3 threads on each side. This is interesting. I told you this fabric was janky. Now, I'll put a picture here because now it's like a 1/2 inch on each side here and like basically on top of the stitches here. So I'm wondering if this stretched this way and shrunk this way. I don't know. But anyways, it doesn't fit. I'll put a picture of the finished project right here in the frame. I just put it in the frame like for just a hot second to take a picture. I really love the frame, but again, I'm just kind of bummed. Darn it. So I might go on like customframes.com or artforyou.com or something along those lines and see what I can find. But it is so darling and I'm so excited. And I might actually just double up this linen. If I can get it stretched enough, I may just, instead of putting backing on it, so you don't see like I didn't really carry that much, but it's very see-through. And look, here's the back. If you wanted to see the back. It looks like the replica. Oh my gosh, look at love. It's backwards, but it looks forwards. And so do these, because it shows you backwards on it's like a mirrored image, but when it plays back, it plays the right. So they all look like they're supposed to. The only thing I did differently also is this belly bird. This is the right bird. It wasn't supposed to have red. I was in the meeting and I didn't realize again, these symbols on Blackbird get me every time. Anyways, here it is, my finish. So this is my 4th finish. Is it March? Okay, so this is my 4th finish for 2025. That's why I like to do focus projects, because I am very unfocused. And I wanted it, I had somebody say that I was very chaotic, which is fine. It doesn't bother me. I have a job that I make it sound like anybody could do it. It's not stressful, but it's very like taxing on me. And I come here and I can't give any shits. I can't. No shits were given in the making of this. So I come on here. I may sound flighty. I may sound any way you want me to sound. I don't care. But when you have a serious job, you kind of just take life as it is outside of it. And if I'm having fun and I could sound like an idiot, that's fine. I don't care. Anyway, so that's all my whips. I wanted to show you a few things. Me and my partner drove to Mystic Fabrics. We met my friend Melissa at Mystic Fabrics. Here to find out it was a 3-hour drive. I thought it was 2. They're going in April with Britches Get Stitches, Natasha, and her friend Elizabeth. They're going in April. I may go. I don't know. I kind of want to go to... Oh, that's the light. It's not. I thought it was like a Burger Winston again. I kind of want to go to Crafty U, so I may go. Anyway, doesn't matter. I wanted to show you some of the things I got from them. Okay, so I got this pattern here. This isn't all I got, was it? Oh, the 2 threads, the peacock, the fathom, and the hibiscus, I got from them. But I got this pattern here. Pattern in primitives. It's called the Winter Wind. I am actually going to change that to, let's say, like Merry Christmas or something. And maybe just cut those off and put Merry Christmas. Because they got flying deer. How can this not be a Christmas thing? You know? You know what I'm saying? It's got to be a Christmas. So I got the 2 overdyeds for them. Forest Glen and Jumping Jenny. And then I'll just pull the DMC. So then I also bought from 123 Stitch, I bought a 46 count brown sugar. And brown sugar has definitely changed since I had bought it when I first started stitching. Because brown sugar was very brown and very green. So it's interesting that it's so light. It's still got a little bit of green, but honestly, Phantom Fiber on a Whim loves green. She loves putting green in everything. Like, everything has green to her. And it has all of her, like, neutral fabrics all have a green tone, which I don't, like, hate, but I'm like, why is it green? Anyways, doesn't matter. So I'm going to start this soon. And again, I'll change it to Christmas, maybe. Just say Christmas there instead of winter. And I'll find a font. I'll go, I'm sure, like, somebody has a font where you can put in the size, like the dimension that you have, the width, and then they'll give you some options, and I'll just find something. But I love that. And I'm going to do it Fiber on a Whim, brown sugar, which is the called for, and then on 46 count, and I'll do 1/2. The next thing I got was just 2 patterns. I felt like I got more. I don't know. I'm doing this. I have this started, not this one. I have Spring started. It was a Fox and Rabbit exclusive for a long time. And I'm doing it on Oaken 40 count, 1/2. And I have Oaken, I have 4, like 8s, I think they are, and Oaken, and I bought them all at the same time. I should have just bought really like a half a yard and been done with it, but I wasn't really thinking like that. And I didn't want to cut it off, and I didn't want to do this. Anyways, I have 4 slices of Oaken from the, I'm assuming, hopefully from the same thing that I'm going to do all these on. So it'll be winter, summer, spring. And I'm assuming, since this was so Christmassy looking, I bet you the fall one is going to be Halloweenish. But yeah, so I got those. No threads, no threads. I want to kind of go through and see if I need to buy what kind of overdyes, because her lists are extensive. I mean, you can see them there. They're pretty, like, a lot. And the other one I have is on all overdyes. And the one thing I don't love about some of these designers where they're like, oh yeah, you need blah, blah, blah. And it's like 5 stitches. And then you're in $2.60 and you could have just bought, you know, whatever, and it could have been done. So I got this here. I was at the craft gallery picking up my Lady of the Flag and Christmas Rose, and I was looking at their fabric, or this could have been when I dropped it off, I don't remember. And they had this colorway called Everything Else by Mystic Fabric, and they only had it in a 32 count and maybe a 36 count, and I was like, I'm not that kind of stitchery at all. I'll do 36. I don't love it either, but I prefer 40 or 46. And I was there and I was like, oh, you know, I'm a 46 count stitcher. And she's like, oh, I have a few things that I need to go home and serge and blah, blah, blah. And so I got it there. Everything Else. And it is a full yard of 46 count, Everything Else by Mystic Fabrics. And it's really pretty because it's like a very neutral color, but it's got a little bit of like tan modeling. And it looks more, it looks severe on this camera, but it's not. It is not that severe. So I got a full yard, 46 count. 46 count. It's really darling. My friend Melissa got this grab bag of this fabric that I want, and she's going to bring it to me hopefully this week when I see her on Saturday. And then I also got my friend Lisa a few grab bags of Ada. So that's fine. But I felt like I got more. But, oh, yeah. Blizzard, my little animal cracker. Y'all, help me. A few things. Melissa brought me this when we went to Mystic. We're going to start this in October. It's Electra, the Bewitching Pixie by Nora Corbett. She bought 2 of them. She bought one on eBay that was fully kitted. And then she bought one when we went to Keepsakes. So she sent me what she had. I had to buy one more bead. I bought that already. And then it says here, Chronic number 4 braid, 052F, grapefruit for the glow in the dark of the moon. So the moon is mostly beads, and then you can either use, let's see, where does it say? 928, or you can buy that grapefruit. And I might do that grapefruit. And I actually think, now that I think about it, Mira Monday, this one I was supposed to do is Nightingale. And I think Nightingale has that Krynic. I think she has it because she holds the little lantern, and the lantern has a candle, and I think the candle is actually the grapefruit. But anyways, we're going to start this in October. I've got everything. Well, that's a lie. I don't have a fabric. But honestly, like, the fabric really shouldn't be that hard to find. I'm not going to do it on the Wichelt. I don't like Wichelt at all. But I'll find a 32 count or a 28 count and complete that. Now, I did want to talk to you about my birthday. And I do a birthday start every year. Mystic Garden was my last year's birthday. The year before that was... Emerald Mermaid was... 2024 was Mystic Garden. 2023 was Emerald Mermaid. 2022 was Ann Thomas. And then 2021, I don't think I had one. I don't think I was thinking like that. But my one this year, and if I can wait, is going to be Bella Filipina, the Magic Lamp. When I was growing up, my favorite Disney movie was Aladdin, and I love Jasmine. I loved Jasmine. Look at her eyelashes, and look at those boobies. Oh my goodness. She is killing it in this outfit. Anyway, sound like a teenager. Anyways, I'm going to start this on my birthday. It's May 13th. If anybody wants to do a stitch along, that'd be super fun. He has Snow White, Cinderella. No, Snow White. Yes, Cinderella. I think he just released Belle. I don't even know if this is a he. Aldrin? Jay? Okay, Aldrin. I think it's Aldrin. I don't know. Bella Filipina. I wish they had PDFs, though. That's the only thing I don't love, because this pattern is intense. I mean, it's kind of cray-cray. But yeah, so I'm currently working on getting the things kitted up for it. I have 90% of it. I just need the Krynic. And I think that's it, because I got my DMC stash now that I'm just going to take out of to figure it out. But I have everything else. So if you want to start, and I didn't bring the fabric with me. I bought this purple black from Bee Stitch Me on her Valentine's Day. It's not purple and black. It's actually just dark purple and light purple, or like a medium bright purple fabric from Bee Stitch Me. I don't know the name of it. So I'm going to start that on May 13th. So if you have, and even if you have any Bella Filipinas, that could be fun as well. So May 13th, if I don't start before. I'm trying not to be so impulsive. But like, I just love it. But yeah, so we're going to I'm going to start her on, and maybe I can convince Melissa. Because I think she is Cinderella. No, I am sorry. It is not Cinderella. It is Alice. Alison in Wonderland. But I think it's like from the Looking Glass, or I don't know. Anyways, don't quote me on any of this. I have no idea. Yeah, maybe I'll convince Melissa to, or even Kim, or maybe all of us. So yes, I want to start Jasmine for my birthday, and I'll be 48. No, oh gosh, 48. Wow, 47. No. I will be 43. It doesn't matter. I'm 40 something. I'm in my mid 40s, and oh my gosh, thank gosh I got all this hair. Because if I didn't, I'd be going through a crisis right now. That is it, I think. Bella Filipina, the finish. I got a new sampler in. Okay. I haven't talked about this. I am a collector of old samplers, like not like somebody that stitched it in the last year or the last 100 years. I just got one in, and I love English samplers. And I was going to put it up here, and I actually really love the frame. And I thought, oh, this would be really pretty frame, because most of the time I don't put I have 2-3 of them that are slightly reproduced. I have one that's fully reproduced. And I have stitched it, and I just found it. What made me think of it was because I was looking for fabric for, this pattern that I was thinking about stitching, and I'm not going to stitch it anymore because it takes, it has a bunch of Gloriana's, and I looked, and 123 Stitch has 2 of them. And then I went to Kitten Stitcher, and she has like 4 of them. But they all have the same 2. So I said, no. But anyways, I was looking for fabric, and I found this one fabric that I'd stitched one of them on. And it's Ellen. I don't remember her last name, but she has a lot of 1/1, and I stitch in Excel, so it didn't really work. So I was thinking about buying Max Stitch, and I might buy that. But anyways, I got another one in the mail, and it's from England or somewhere over on the other side of the pond. And I just love their samplers. And this girl, I don't know if she is poor or what, but I've never actually had one. And I'm not going to admit how much money I have spent in them or how many I actually have. But I did tell my little nephew, I said, if I ever die, you want to come get these samplers because they're worth a lot of money. Anyways, I got a new one, and it is really darling. And I think she doesn't have a name on it, but I think her initials are AAE. AAE, and the way she did her alphabet is so cool. And the other thing is I've never had a sampler either that has used cotton, silk, and wool. She used all 3 mediums. So I'm assuming she probably was doing it or he, you never know because it's just initials. And I think it's AAE. And the thing is you can tell where she used the wool because it wasn't, it's been eaten out. It's been removed, like the bugs have gotten to it. But the one thing I love about getting samplers from England is because they're so rich in samplers that a lot of them have been restored. Like this one here, the linen is really, really thin and there's some eaten away parts, but whoever restored it has actually sewn it to linen, I would say if I had to say to stitch on it, it'd probably be like a 56 or a 63, or it's a really tight, it's like a linen for clothing. It's not a linen I mean, you could stitch on it if you could see, and you could have a thin enough thread to get through the holes. But anyways, and they've stitched some of the pieces. So like it wouldn't be a sampler that you could do from the back side, like the back coloring, unless you took the time to clip all of the stitches. But where some of the threads of the linen have snapped or have just deteriorated over time, they stitched it on the linen to make sure that it wouldn't deteriorate anymore. The one thing is they didn't put, most of the time when they do that, they normally put like conservative glass or museum glass. They didn't do this. They didn't do that on this one, which is interesting because most of the time if it has been, conserved, they'll put a UV glass on it. But it is so cute. And the way she did her, I thought the actual year, her initials was AE, and then she put a 42. But now that I've looked at it, it's actually the WX. I think it's the Y and the Z. It looks like a 42, but it doesn't. I think it's actually the X and the Z of the alphabet because it's the same color as the partial of the alphabet. And the alphabet's so cool. I will show you next time. I don't have it here with me. And I don't want to show you a picture of it because it's not... When I bought it, I actually bought it for the frame. I bought it for the frame, to be honest. To be 100% transparent. I bought it for the frame. Then I got the frame, and the frame is garbage. It is so, like, jacked up. But the sampler in it is, it is so beautiful. It's done on, I would say if I had to guess, I measured it, like, just putting it over the glass. I haven't taken it out of the glass yet, because I get them and then I keep them in the box in the garage because it's so cold outside. It'll get rid of any bugs that possibly may be on it. And I keep it out there for a month in the garage. And then I bring it in the house. But now that it's cold, it's not cold anymore. I don't have a deep freeze. Sometimes I'll take them off the board and put them in the freezer, especially if they're wool, to get all the bugs out. Because, I have wool sweaters and stuff that I don't want eaten. Anyways, it is so glorious. I can't wait to show you next time. Anyway, the sampler that I got it's really, oh my gosh, I can't wait to show you. It's really fun. But I was going to hang it here and the hanging thing fell off of the frame. So what I bought for the frame, thank God the sampler saved it because it is so darling. And it's really interesting. She did all over 2, so it would be perfectly sound for an Ada project. But yeah, I will have to get it done and show. I won't get it done because it'll take too long. But I will show you. And she used some like really interesting color. You know, I'm a fan of hot coral. I keep saying this. It's coral, but just like kick it up 2 notches. It's like a bright coral. Slightly on the oranger side. She has it in there. I didn't realize it was a coral until I got it. I thought it was like a really light pink. So the picture of the sampler was terrible on eBay. But it's hot coral. And I'm really excited about it. Anyways, I'm going to stop yapping about the sampler. But it's beautiful, and one day it'll be hanging in my office. But it's on 28 count, over 2. I think it may be like 26 by 28, but I think it's also maybe, I bet you it is 24 or 28 by 28. It's just, they may have ones like where I counted it, because it looks like they've pulled the fabric a little bit and like the middle, the way they stretched it, and I think it might be stretched this way more than it is this way. So I think it's technically like a 28 by 28. So it'd be a 14 count Aida. It's huge. It's like 15 1/4 by 17. So, I mean, it's a pretty big piece. And then when I get it on 46 count, which is what I stitch on, it'll be like a 19 1/4 by 10 1/4 or 10 3/4. It's super cute. Anyways, I got to get off here. I got to stop yapping. I got things to do. So I will see you at the end of the month. I'm really excited. I don't know when the video will be done at the end of the month because my partner's got a show coming up, which will be next week, which is also super exciting. I didn't do any, I did sewing. I can't show it. I'm really depressed about it right now. I can't. I have a moment. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, consider liking it, subscribing if you haven't. I have a lot of, I'm getting a lot of views that aren't subscribers, like almost 80%, but you all keep coming back. Because it says, oh, one other thing. What are up with all these floss tubes that have a commercial every 5 minutes? I don't have YouTube Premium. I'm too cheap for that. I'd rather spend my $15 elsewhere. But also, at the same time, the people that have the 5-minute commercials are like, I can't edit and I can't do this. I'm going to tell you that getting your channel monetized is one of the hardest things to do on YouTube. So it's interesting that you could learn how to monetize your channel, but you didn't know how to put in a video. You didn't know how to match 2 clips together, or you didn't know how to insert a picture. I'm going to sing you a song. Okay, first of all, did you all listen to Lady Gaga's CD? I'm loving it. I love Killa. I don't know the names of them because I just listened to it on repeat. All of it. And I also love Die With a Smile with Bruno Mars. Anyways, I'll talk about that next week. But anyways, I wanted to talk to you about monetizing. You don't make any money. I mean, literally, when I had my knitting channel and I would get 4,000 or 5,000 views on each video and I would do it weekly, I literally made maybe $20. I don't even think it was a week. I think it might have been 10 a week. Now, it may have changed since that because that was, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But you're not making any money. And it is actually way harder to get your channel monetized than it is to slice a video together, put in a picture. So I'm going to sing you a song. And I'm a terrible singer. But my nephew came over there tonight. I went to their house. And I was like, oh, I don't remember what it was, but somebody said, I don't know how to do this. And he's like, I'm going to sing you a song. And I said, okay. And he's like, you got the whole Google in your hand. You got the whole Google in your hand. He's like, now go and Google it. You know how to, you can do anything with Google. Google's owned by YouTube. Anyways, so thank you all so much for watching. If you did find this video entertaining, please consider subscribing. If not, I don't give a shit. Anyways, if you did like this video, consider, if you did, anyways, if you did like this video, consider subscribing, share with your friends. But that photo there is April's photo. Oh, it's too far away. Let me see if I can pinch in. Nope, I can't pinch in. I'll put a photo here of it. Those are the Burberry raincoats. Oh my God. I gotta get it. Hold on. Okay, here it is. It's dusty. So this is our, we didn't even clean up the background. That is so funny. I never realized that until just now. So I got them a rain. Let me wash this off. I got them a raincoat. That was Burberry. It was a fake one on, I don't know, probably Amazon or something. And this is when we got little Finny. Look, she used to be like a dark, her fur was lavender when we first got her. And this was all done in fake because it literally was raining the day. It had a forecast. We had to pick a Saturday or Sunday that was raining because I wanted to do a rain photo. And it literally was so cloudy and it would not rain. So we busted out the sprinkler. And my sister, I wish I will see if I have her photo here. She had an umbrella over her because the thing was behind her. So that it wouldn't get my camera wet. Or my sister was. So she used an umbrella. And this was done by using a toaster. Oh my gosh, sorry. All these. Anyways, yeah, here it is. That's my partner. Me, Winston, Finnelan. Anyway, so we used the sprinkler to do the this was so fun. We should do this again one year. Anyways, so we had matching shirts that said "Be kind," and Finnelan and Winston had raincoats on. And you don't know my partner, but he is very particular, like about his hair, he hates being wet. And this was like the thing that just like tortured him to death, I guess. I mean, he's still alive, so it didn't torture him that much. But anyway, yeah, that's my favorite photo. That's another favorite photo. And this was the April, once we got her. But look how cute she is. She's so tiny. And there's little Winnie boy. This is before we got him the haircuts. And we didn't get their haircuts until like a few years ago. I mean, yeah, anyway. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you did like this video, please consider liking and subscribing and share with your friends. So toss the floss and let's stitch happen. Bye!